VidCon, arguably the largest conference for fans and creators of digital content, was brought to the East Coast for the very first time this year. VidCon Anaheim still exists, but they added a VidCon Baltimore, which I was really excited about because that makes VidCon much more accessible to people like me. So way back at the beginning of this year, I had already planned to go to VidCon Baltimore with a couple of my friends, and then later on I actually got the opportunity to host a panel at this convention, which also allowed me access to the industry track, which I'll get into that story in a little bit. But since this was my very first convention and my very first VidCon, I wanted to take you guys along the journey.
And VidCon's first ever East Coast event kicks off this weekend.
And there's something for everyone: fans, online influencers, gamers, content creators, and more.
But before we get into it, I feel like I have to address a very obvious elephant in the room. My last video upload was about 2 months ago by the time I'm filming this, and my last stream was maybe about a month ago. And I've kind of just been MIA on this platform for a minute. One of the reasons that happened is because I actually had a pretty big change recently in my life related to my health. And a lot of my focus has been kind of diverted to tending to that. I also just haven't really had much motivation to create lately, if I'm being completely honest. I've just been experiencing a lot of like anxiety and just self-doubt and a lot of self-criticism when it comes to creating content. That's kind of like the short answer. And I'm still not 100% sure if this is going to be like my official return to creating content. But I really did enjoy myself at VidCon Baltimore, and I filmed the experience and wanted to share it with you all. So whether you're just a fan of my content or if you're looking to see what VidCon Baltimore is really like for somebody who's more of like a smaller creator like myself, I hope this video can be entertaining or be of use to you. But without further ado, let's rewind the clock to the first day of VidCon Baltimore. Hi, hello. Long time no see. Today I'm going to VidCon Baltimore. It is day one of the industry track. I am actually running behind. I wanted to leave by now. Like I should be leaving now, but I gave myself like a little bit of wiggle room. So I'm gonna try my best to be out the door within the next hour and I can still make it in a reasonable time. So I'm gonna do my makeup with y'all as I get ready to head on out to VidCon Baltimore. Okay, so it has been a hot minute since I have filmed any kind of video, but I kind of wanted to tell you guys the story about how this all started. So I have always wanted to go to a convention. As you know, a Gen Z kid who grew up watching YouTube and seeing my favorite like creators go to like VidCon and all these conventions, I've always really wanted to go to something like VidCon, but a lot of these conventions are not local and would require me to spend, you know, a considerable amount of money traveling and paying for hotels, getting flights, things like that. So once I got to be like an adult and kind of started making my own money, it was kind of just like a thought in my mind, like one day when I can afford it, I would love to go to a convention. So I actually like went on the VidCon website and signed up to be part of their newsletter, just so I can kind of like begin, I guess, manifesting that. So even if I couldn't go to VidCon, like I just wanted to just like see the updates, so I kind of knew if one day I went to VidCon, like what to expect, and I could just know what's happening with the convention. So I randomly signed up for this newsletter, and then several months later, I got an email saying that VidCon is coming to the East Coast for the very first time, which I never thought I would see the day, to be honest. And they announced that they were going to be in Baltimore, which Baltimore is very close to me. I got really excited at the potential that I could be going to a VidCon for the first time, my first ever convention. So in the email, they said the tickets would be going on sale in April. And so I put the date on my calendar, and lo and behold, they were a reasonable price that I could afford. So I decided to book the ticket, and I invited a couple of my friends. I also saw this like application on the VidCon website, trying to get people to speak. So it was like a section at the top of the site that said speak at VidCon, And that kind of intrigued me because hosting is something I've always wanted to like try. Like hosting, I've done like, you know, I've hosted panels or like interviews like on this channel, for example. And I just wanted to try doing it like on a different level, you know, see what it would be like to officially, I guess, be a host like in person for an in-person event. So I signed up to speak. I actually signed up just after the time where I posted my updated channel trailer. So I had just rebranded and I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to put myself out there and see if I can get a hosting job or do some sort of speaking at VidCon. So my hopes was either to be on a panel as a panelist or to moderate. All right, y'all, look at this line, this eyeliner. This one I effed up. All right, let me redo that. Okay, is that better? It's definitely very thick. I don't know, I'm kind of digging this fat eyeliner. But point is, I went ahead, submitted the form, put myself out there. Mind you, I have no prior like speaking experience, like in-person speaking experience, I should say. I've done some stuff over Zoom or things for like my personal channel and like other kind of personal projects that I've like hosted, but never on like at an actual event. And so I submitted the form anyways. I did, you know, put like a bio and like I had to, you know, write a whole thing about like why I'm qualified to speak on this topic and a little bit about my story and who I am. So I did all that, and the form said if you didn't hear back from the convention by the end of July, they probably don't have room for you to speak at the conference. Let me put a little bit more blush. So it was July 31st. I still hadn't heard back from the convention center, so I just figured, you know, like I put myself out there, I tried. They're probably, you know, wanting some people with more experience than I do. And I was like, that's fine, that's that. At least I, you know, put myself out there. And then fast forward to the first week in August, I got an email asking me to hop on a Zoom call with one of the people responsible for programming at VidCon Baltimore. And so we talked for a little bit and she said that she would love to have me at the convention to moderate. They needed some more moderators and I happily accepted. And here we are now. My panel is actually on Sunday. It's called Catalyst for Change. It's about how to use social media as a catalyst for positive social change. So that's in a few days. Today is Thursday. It's the first day of VidCon for the industry track. So as a speaker, I found out that I get a full access badge. So I get to get into the industry track events. I can get into like the featured creator lounges and stuff like that. So that was just another blessing on top of this, was having a full access badge. So I'm going today and tomorrow. I'll be there for the industry track. I'm still going to be there with my friends for the community track on Saturday and Sunday. So I'm kind of getting the best of both worlds. And yeah, I'm just really excited. I'm really nervous. I've been really busy like lately, so I kind of like didn't give myself enough time to prepare and pack. So I literally just finished packing like an hour ago. Also, I need like mascara suggestions. Like, I feel like my mascara isn't giving me like the big voluminous lash that I ideally want. So feel free to let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for mascara. But yeah, I'm excited, I'm nervous. I'm gonna be there for the industry events like alone. Like, I'm not really going to meet somebody there until my friends come on Friday, and I'm gonna spend time with them on the weekend. But for the first like 2 days with the industry stuff, I'm gonna have to introduce myself to people. I'm gonna have to like network. And that does definitely make me nervous as somebody who has like social anxiety. But I know I can do it. I flew to Kenya, literally halfway around the world by myself on my like first solo plane ride ever a couple months ago. So I know I'll be fine going to Baltimore, but it still, you know, makes me nervous. All right, let me do this lip. And I have this new lip gloss I want to try. So we'll see how this looks. Ooh, this color is cute. I like this lip gloss. So that is the finished makeup look. But another reason this whole situation is very exciting and surreal and definitely like a God moment is because earlier this June, I actually got like a free full access badge to VidCon Anaheim, the convention in California, with, you know, the YouTube Black Voices Fund. They weren't gonna accommodate my like travel expenses and things like that, but I got a pass to go to VidCon Anaheim, full access if I wanted to. But I didn't really want to do that because for starters, I was already going to VidCon Baltimore with some friends. I didn't want to go to California to like not meet anybody there because I didn't really personally know anybody that was going to be there that I could go with in VidCon Baltimore, which is way more accessible to me. So the fact that I had a full access badge to VidCon Anaheim, but decided to go to VidCon Baltimore and still managed to get a full access like pass to the, you know, VidCon experience is definitely surreal. And I'm definitely, you know, looking forward to taking advantage of this opportunity and to seeing what the day brings. I also like touched up my braids. So the braids are definitely not fresh. Y'all can definitely see the new growth, but I like washed it, I conditioned it, I like remoussed my hair, I put little rubber bands to like make it lay flatter. So you can kind of see the boxes and the parting a little bit still, but that is my story for you guys. Now I need to finish packing. This is the current state of packing. So I have my big suitcase here. I have a lot of outfits. I haven't quite figured out what I'm gonna wear for my panel yet. So I bought like different options to wear throughout the week, but you know, your girl is trying to serve some looks at VidCon, okay? I also have some clothes to like hang in the car that like can't really fit in here, so I'm gonna hang those. I also haven't quite figured out how to store like my laptop and like my camera bags and stuff because I wanna bring my camera gear in case I want to film some stuff. And then over here is just like miscellaneous stuff I have to pack. I have a little birthday gift for one of my friends that I'm going to VidCon with. Her birthday's like at the end of October, but I'm not going to see her then. So I'm bringing her a little gift. Also, this is my outfit today. I know the mirror is dirty, but it's this really cute like crochet bell sleeve top. I'm wearing like a plain black tank top underneath. I'm wearing this olive green parachute skirt, and these are the shoes I'm gonna wear with it. So like that is the complete outfit. And here's also a better look at the makeup. And also you can see my jewelry, just like plain gold hoops. This is like my favorite little necklace right now. And then also my gold glasses match. So that's the look today. It's now time to head to Baltimore. My dad drove me to the Airbnb that me and my friends rented for our stay. After dropping off my luggage at the house, my dad and I stopped by Chipotle to grab some lunch. We feasted, and then I headed straight to the Baltimore Convention Center to register and catch the welcoming industry keynote.
You know, we found this home in Baltimore. We're hoping it's going to be our home. Baltimore is an amazing city with a really vibrant creator community here. It's amazing to see how this space has grown and how much influence it has.
My favorite part from the keynote on Thursday was the session by Christian Tom, who is the assistant to President Biden, as well as the director of digital strategy at the White House. I thought it was really interesting to see how the White House has previously collaborated with celebrities and creators for a variety of different causes, whether it's like for Black History Month, Pride Month, just tours of the White House, things like that. I didn't really know the White House did stuff like that, so I just thought it was pretty interesting to learn about. After the keynote, there was an industry track reception where there were drinks and just kind of like a place to mingle and meet all the other industry track attendees. I met a lot of different people, and it was really great to just talk to a variety of industry professionals and content creators and other leaders in the digital media space. The first person I actually met happened to be a Sims creator. Her name is Danielle Builds, and she does like Sims 4 building content. So I thought that was pretty cool that the first person I met was a gaming creator and a Sims creator at that. So check out Danielle and her socials. And now let's head back to the house. Alright guys, so I am back at the house. When I got to the convention center, I was definitely really stressed out, just having a lot of like anxiety, but it actually went pretty good. I'm pretty proud of myself for meeting quite a few people. To be fair, I kind of just stood in a spot and then people just kind of started coming and going, but I'm still proud of myself. I think that counts. I introduced myself to a lot of people. It's about 7:30 now. I just took an Uber back to the Airbnb we're staying at. I also have some leftover Chipotle, so maybe I'll eat that first and then see if I'm still hungry and then get some food to the house. Day one of VidCon complete. Good morning, everyone. I just made breakfast. It is day 2 of VidCon. Today is just a full day of industry track events, and then I'm also meeting my friends today, which I'm really excited about. But I'm gonna feast, and then we can get ready for the rest of our day. All right, you guys, I just finished getting ready and I wanted to show y'all my outfit. So I'm wearing this whole denim on denim situation. Really cute cargo jeans and this tube top that's like basically the same denim color, and I didn't even buy them at the same place. So that's a great coincidence, but it basically looks like a 2-piece set. And then I'm just wearing my all white Air Maxes. I would love to wear like Nike Dunks with this, but I don't currently have a pair, so I need to get some. And over top, I'm wearing my YouTube black varsity jacket that I got in Kenya. Thank you to YouTube for gifting this to us. Basically has the YouTube logo on the front, 2023 on the arm to represent, you know, the YouTube Black Voices Fund, class of 2023. And I don't know how well you can see, but on the back it says creators. So yeah, I showed off this jacket in my Kenya vlog, but of course I feel like VidCon is the perfect opportunity to wear it again, and it's a great like conversation starter. I also realized I never showed you guys my nails. They're super like autumnal, very fall-esque. I think they're really cute. So these are the nails for VidCon. Upon arriving at the convention on Friday morning, there were more industry track keynotes such as this one.
But we have an amazing panel today to talk about, I think, the most important topic to start out this conference on, right? Which is around this notion of whether or not content is or is not helping us in our pursuits to change the world.
I attended 3 more panels that morning, the first one being the business of being a creator. I also attended taking the long view on short form content. One of the people I actually got to connect with is Brandon, who works at product development at Instagram. I think this clip is pretty interesting about managing like feed posts, stories, reels, and kind of how all those things work in tandem to help elevate your brand on Instagram.
Being consistent on the platform, like on Instagram at least, it's sort of like an ecosystem of your profile in terms of like stories, posts, and reels, right? You kind of have to manage how all of that portrays your persona and your brand. So try to manage that. It's not just like reels in isolation, but try to use reels for like reaching new audiences and like retaining them like daily with like stories and posts and stuff like that.
After that panel, I actually headed to the networking lounge where I met some other content creators as well as some people that are like responsible for companies that manage like content creators as talent and just work at different parts of the, you know, media communication space, you know, not necessarily being content creators themselves, but that was really beneficial and I definitely found a lot of value from my time in the networking lounge. Definitely hit up the networking lounge. That's my advice to any industry track attendees. After hitting up the networking lounge, I attended another panel. This one is called RIP Gatekeeping, Culture, Equity, and Representation in the New Creator Economy. And I'm not gonna lie, this session was my favorite that I attended probably throughout the entire convention. I really love conversations that center underrepresented groups and really push us to take up more space in the content creation world. One of the clips I really resonated with is this clip from Molly Burke, who kind of talks about her struggles, kind of finding her place when she first started her content creation journey.
And so when I started my career on social media 9 years ago, disability like quite literally didn't exist. Disabled creators, like it wasn't a thing. And so for me, it was really hard to break into the industry because it just didn't exist yet.
Another little tidbit that I didn't actually get on camera, but I really resonated with is somebody said something along the lines of content creators make content based on what they believe. And that really spoke to me because it kind of got me evaluating my channel and my content and the types of stuff that I produce, and really thinking about if my content is reflecting things that I believe. Is my content reflecting what I'm passionate about and what I want this channel to represent? And so, I don't know, that little tidbit was just like mind-provoking to me. And I wrote down several other like small quotes like that that just kind of got me thinking about my content creation journey and how I'm approaching creating. Okay, y'all, so I finally managed to go grab some lunch. I basically spent all morning in different panels, and also I spent some time in the networking lounge. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I actually met Molly Burke at the session about like RIP gatekeeping. But yeah, I've been following her for like years, and so it was really cool to get to meet her. Here's that photo. It'll probably be better if I just like put it on the screen, but yeah, it was cool to meet her. Also earlier, I saw Slice and Rice, and they're actually another creator that I want to meet, but I literally saw them and I panicked. So I didn't go up to them to say hi. They looked like they were talking to somebody, and I don't want to be like rude and like interrupt people's conversations, even if they are like a creator or even though I really want to meet them. And they started walking away shortly after, and so I didn't want to like follow them and be creepy. So that's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I'm basically eating lunch now because I haven't eaten since breakfast. Well, actually I bought a snack. But yeah, it's pretty much been a busy day networking. Also, my friends got here. They got here a couple hours ago. I'll introduce them to the vlog later on. After lunch, I ended up attending 2 more panels that day. One being, should some creators ignore the entrepreneurial call? And the other one being, no BS, what creators wish brands understood about authenticity, community, and connection. All right guys, I just left the event or the industry stuff. So I went to a couple more sessions after lunch. One of them was kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie. But the second one was really good. I enjoyed that one. I'm also joined by my friends. This is Bree. Oh, and this is Santana. Hello. And yes, we were going to dinner at Cheesecake Factory. So we'll see you guys there. Alright guys, our food is here. I got shrimp pasta, angel pasta. What'd you get, Santana?
I got the everything pizza.
Ooh, looks good. And what about you, Bree?
I got the cheese pizza.
We're keeping it real simple.
Yes.
Alright, we found a feast. My friends and I enjoyed our dinner. Didn't get much footage of it because we were just, talking and just, hanging out. But we got back to the Airbnb and we're faced with this. Alright guys, so update. Last thing I showed you guys was we were in Cheesecake Factory. So we ate dinner.
Yes.
We've been at we're renting an Airbnb, so we've been at the house for a while, honestly, just like chilling. But we have an update. The water does not turn on.
Yes.
In any of the faucets.
Yeah. We can't wash our hands. We can't take showers. We're just out here.
The toilets do still flush, which I'm
scared about.
Yeah.
That's next. Yesterday they were talking about it on TikTok how there's a parasite. And I was like, okay, not whatever, but whatever.
But yeah, I love how like if the water goes out, everybody's first instinct will run to Twitter. Anyway, so that's the update. Okay.
Get us help. Yes.
All right, good morning, you guys. It is the next day. The water ended up coming on like 30 minutes after we filmed that last clip. So the water's back on. No more parasite water. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
We're about to go get breakfast, and then we're gonna head to the convention center. Oh, also, here's my outfit today. We are at Miss Shirley's. Say hi, guys. All right, you guys, our food just came. I got French toast with strawberry, hash browns and bacon, and orange juice to drink. Bree, what'd you get?
I got Belgian waffles and a side of shredded hash browns.
Looks good. And what about you, Santana?
So I got French toast with some whipped cream and then 2 slices of ham and a Shirley temple.
Yes. We found a feast. After breakfast, we headed straight to the convention center for the first full day of community track events. The first session we attended was Hustle or Hassle, Cultivating Work-Life Balance, and the title is pretty much self-explanatory. I got really excited to see Slice and Rice speak because like I said yesterday, I saw them on Friday but didn't go up to them. And so after the Hustle or Hassle panel, I went up to them and got to meet them. They're really great, they're really kind. Glory called me pretty, which I definitely appreciated. That made me feel good. And I had just a great conversation with them. They gave me some cool like YouTube advice. And so yeah, they were just really cool to speak to. Matt and Glory were super down to earth. And I'm so glad that I got to meet the two creators I really wanted to meet at VidCon Baltimore, Molly Burke and Slice and Rice. After the panel, me and my friends then visited the Expo hall, which was basically a bunch of exhibits of like brands, small artists, businesses, and also some like creator merch tables. To be honest, the Expo hall was very like overstimulating and overwhelming. Like I feel like looking back, maybe we could have like interacted with some more of the booths, but I just felt like there was just so much going on. It was just a lot to take in and there were just a lot of people there. But I did get some footage so you guys can kind of see what the Expo hall kind of looks like and what it consists of. There was one station where we saw people doing hair, so I'm guessing that was like a hair brand or product or something. There was a table of somebody doing like henna, which I would have gone up to them if the line was a little bit smaller, but I thought that was pretty neat. There was like a booth of like freeze-dried snacks. We went to a booth of a like Black anime creator, and even though I've never really been into anime, like it was just kind of cool to, you know, see the little representation there. And also, peep this kid with the red boots, the TikTok red boots. There's also like an inflatable corn maze that a lot of like the children were having fun like exploring and playing in. There's even like a gaming station. I think they were playing like Fortnite. I don't think I got footage of that, but that was also something in the Expo hall. There were a couple of like YouTuber merch booths and then also like some places to eat. So again, it was very overwhelming down there. A lot was happening. This was like on the 100 level of the Baltimore Convention Center. So they had the Expo hall on that level. They also had like the meet and greet halls. And there's also the community main stage down there as well. After the Expo hall, me and my friends ate lunch at Chipotle, and then we headed back in to attend some more panels. One of them being Skin Just Like Pearls. All right guys, it is much later. The last time I talked to y'all was at breakfast. Breakfast was really good. Did you guys like breakfast?
Yes, it was really good.
It was good. So would recommend if you're in Baltimore. And we just attended the Skin Like Pearls panel, which is about being a Black woman in the content creation space. And I really appreciate that they had a panel like that. Like obviously y'all know my content, you know that, you know, I'm passionate about talking about Black people and Black experiences, highlighting Black women. But yeah, I do feel like the panel could have gone more in depth. Y'all agree?
Yeah.
And now we're just chilling and we're waiting for our next panel, which is gonna be the next generation of Black creators. So hopefully this one's a little bit better than like Skin Like Pearls. Like I'm hoping this one goes a little bit more in depth. But yeah, I like to support my skin folk. And also, Brie got a pizza.
Yes, I got the racist pizza. Papa John's, $11, very overpriced, but very good.
Oh my god, earlier I got water from here and they charged me $4 for water. Water is free, like.
It should be free.
Yeah.
Like, this was $4.99.
It's giving scale.
And I was upset because it's diet. But you know, it did the trick. My headache is gone.
Okay,
I
that's
no
good.
longer have a headache. But yeah, it's definitely overpriced over here.
Yes, bring your own bottled water.
Bottled water.
Yes.
My recommendation.
Snacks. Yes. Bring your own everything.
Everything, basically.
We then attended We're Up Next, the next generation of Black creators, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about our thoughts on the panel later on in the video. But after that panel, we then attended the evening show. This one is kind of like a variety show. It was a lot of music at this show in particular, but they also had like a game, they had like dancing, just a lot of like performances. So I'm gonna play as much of the evening show that I can without getting copyright clapped.
I know that's right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have we had a wonderful day today?
That's right. Live that, let's go. Work the middle, work the middle, work the hits. Okay.
Oh. You all night, you're mine. I need you
like you wanna talk to. Then baby, where is you from?
Grab any one of these cards for me, any card at all. Any card at all. Yeah, go ahead. All right, go ahead and memorize it and go ahead and show it to the audience. And make sure you guys. Yeah,
You want me to show it to the audience?
yeah, go ahead. Show it to everybody.
We can't see you. Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
I don't
Oh, I got something.
I don't like the mouth stuff.
Me neither.
And for the big finale, and for a big round of applause, thank you guys, VidCon Baltimore, your card, the 8. Thank you so much.
How did you do that?
I am shook it.
Thank you, friends. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your VidCon.
But I still feel so lonely. But I still feel so lonely.
Okay. Okay. I know.
Stop saying I'm pretty, 'cause pretty girls don't spend Friday nights alone in the kitchen. Stop saying I'm funny, 'cause funny girls don't lock themselves in a room to cry. Doesn't matter how many friends I have, 'cause truth is I'll sit down and tell me the only business if only 8 billion people could help a bit.
You're so good.
Hello, okay. They ate that.
By show of hands, who here was born in the 2000s?
Woo!
And by show of hands, how many people here were born in the 1900s?
Okay, great.
Anybody out here from the 1800s? Okay, we got to do one for the 1800s real quick. So we're gonna kick it off with Beethoven.
Like Beethoven with the bass on it, mid-class kids went pop.
That's our Blue Ivy.
Bitch, I look like nigga. I'm a full court meal for the treat and the snack. Bitch, I look like nigga in the back. Hair so big, my ass so fat. Bitch, I look like nigga in the back. Some of y'all heard of Jenny from the block, right?
It's kind of casual.
Well, I'm Megan from the back. Thank you.
Only thing for myself, I know everything I'm doing. When you hit my phone, I give you what you pursuing. Like you got new screws every time you screwing. Stupid.
We come, the given power. We don't need a shout to be louder.
Okay, so we're back at the Airbnb. We went to one more panel with like a bunch of like Black creators. What are your guys' thoughts on the panel?
It was pretty good. I would say out of all the panels we went to, I enjoyed that one the best.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we said for like Skin Like Pearls too, it was kind of surface level. It was very generic questions and also generic answers. It was like they had scripted like the whole, just be yourself. When you make content, people love you, so just be you. And like, obviously be yourself, obviously, post consistently, but it didn't feel like genuine answers. So I felt like if they dug a little deeper with the questions, they might have given us like more personal answers. I have to say like Shay Love really, to me, made it personal.
I co-sign. I feel like I definitely like appreciate the panels were there, so I don't want to say like don't go to the Black panels. Like you need to go to them. But like I do think like, and this is also the first VidCon Baltimore. I think like everybody's getting used to things. I think a lot of the panelists like are also getting used to this as well. So, but yeah, I definitely think it could have like dug a little bit deeper. And like, I don't know, I feel like there's more they could have gone into. Like, I feel like from going to the industry track and then also the community track, I feel like there was more depth in the industry track. I will say that. So that's just kind of like been my experience. And then after, we went to the closing show. I think it was called Yes and. Like, I don't really know what that means, but like.
Yes and.
Yeah, we went to the ending show and I actually enjoyed it. I didn't think we would stay the whole time, but I mean. We ended up staying the whole time.
Yeah.
It was good energy. Kaylin Allen really
it was hosted by
a hosting ability.
He's really good.
Like
the Kaylin Allen show.
He's very talented. Like he kept the energy high, even when there were some mess ups with like music or something. Like he really played it off well. So I really have to give it up to him because he was holding the show down, honestly.
Yeah. He even shouted out the crew at one point.
Yeah.
But I do like that, you know, like they gave like a lot of smaller like creators and artists like a platform to showcase their talent.
Their talent.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. Again, I feel like first VidCon, they're trying to work out the kinks and stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Expo Hall?
It was a lot.
It could have been better.
For sure.
I think. Yeah, I feel like there wasn't much for our demographic. I feel like there's a lot of kids stuff, but not stuff for like adults and like teens.
So I think we're gonna play The Sims, and then we're gonna go to sleep. And I'm gonna practice for my panel tonight before I go to bed.
Yes.
But okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow. It's day 4 of VidCon, the day of my panel. I spent all morning transferring my notes from a Google Doc to like physical index cards. I ended up starting the day prior, but I didn't end up finishing them. So I had to spend all morning, you know, prepping for the panel. It kind of sucks because me and my friends got to miss monetizing your passion, how to make money as a small creator. That was a session I was really looking forward to. So that's like one regret I have from VidCon, but I was glad to be, you know, fully prepped for my panel that was happening immediately after. But of course I had to come through with the looks. The fit was giving everything it should have gave. So let's start off by showing y'all that. All right, this is my outfit for day 4 of VidCon. Today is my panel day. I was feeling hot pink today, so I put on this little bodysuit that's like super fun. I actually wore this on my birthday, and it's giving like Barbie pink vibes. It's basically like wearing a tutu, but like as a top. So yeah, got that on. Just paired it with a black skirt. It has a slit and black boots. That is today's look. So I will see you guys at the convention center.
Oh my God, y'all. I woke up with a sore throat. It had to have been like the change in weather or something, but I'm feeling
or the parasite water or something.
Huh?
The parasite water or something.
Oh, girl. I'll go with the water. I'll go with the water, but yeah. I got me some lemon cough drop, so I'm feeling better now.
Okay, perfect. How are you feeling, Santana?
I'm good. I'm feeling great. It's October 1st, but it's 80 degrees.
I know, we love summer and fall.
Love summer and fall. We're about to see Mackenzie chill it.
Yes.
So I'm excited for her. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now.
Yes. We went to the room my panel was taking place in, and it was really cool to see my name up on the big screen. The panel got off to a bit of a late start. One of the panelists was running behind, but nevertheless, the show went on. So enjoy these clips from Catalyst for Change, my very first panel I have hosted in person. And welcome to Catalyst for Change. So, how y'all enjoyed VidCon so far?
Good.
Perfect. So for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Asmara. I am a content creator. I specialize in making entertaining and culturally conscious content that amplifies diverse perspectives in gaming and beyond. And that's perfect for our panel today. So our first panelist is Sarai Marie, and she began her content creation journey after leaving an unfulfilling corporate job. Courageously pursuing her dreams, Sarai has made a name for herself making comedy skits about the relatable struggles of the workplace. Her content has resonated with 3 million followers on TikTok, and her platform continues to advocate for healthy boundaries in the workplace. So can everybody give a round of applause for Sarai? We also have Amani Barbarin, who is a writer, actor, and communications professional known as Crutches and Spikes online. Her content boldly details her experience perspective as a Black woman living with cerebral palsy. So through TikTok commentary, blog posts, courses, and more, Amani is a passionate disability advocate, dismantling ableist systems through her work. So everybody give a round of applause for Amani. Our last panelist is running late. Is Howie here? I don't think Howie, okay. So our last panelist is running late, but Howie is a former Vine star, made YouTuber and TikToker. Howie Melia, who goes by his moniker Howeezy, has amassed a following of millions throughout his career, creating lighthearted comedy skits. He is the YouTube Shorts ambassador for North Carolina and Charlotte, and he continues to show the impact that short-form content has online. So Howie will be joining us later in the panel. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. These past few years have definitely had a lot of events that have, I feel like, shaped a lot of the cultural landscape and the kind of conversations that are being had online. I know for me, the events of like Black Lives Matter 2020 really influenced myself as a content creator, wanting to represent for a lot of Black women in this space. And so I want to know for you guys, what it was the catalyst that sparked your content creation journey? Like what type of world events or news sparked what you create?
I would say, for me, I worked a corporate job that I absolutely hated. I'm sure a lot of people have this experience, but I actually worked a lot of jobs where I just felt like I wasn't appreciated or valued. I'm Puerto Rican, and so I was a minority in a lot of places that I was at, and so it was very important to me to, if I'm going to be a content creator, represent my culture and represent the experiences that I've had. Those things have really inspired me and continue to inspire me. Seeing the quiet quitting, after the pandemic, so many people have been so exhausted, burnt out at work, and just they're just sick of the toxicity at work, and that has continuously inspired me to do the content that I do.
Awesome. What about you, Amani?
I really wanted to talk about disability in a way that was relevant to me as a disabled Black person, and talk about disability representation in a way that served disabled people rather than non-disabled people who just wanted to look at us. And it's really only in the last maybe 10 to 15 years that we're seeing not just disabled people in popular media, but diverse disabled people in popular media.
A lot of times, companies or people are well-meaning and try to represent communities well, but if you don't include the community you're trying to represent, then that's where we fall into different problems. So I want to know, why is representation important? You guys kind of touched on this, and I feel like we kind of talked here had a lot, representation is important, but what does representation mean to you guys and your audiences?
Well, I think the representation, I want to keep this one over here. I think representation is incredibly important. I also don't think it's the end all be all. I think we need policy change. I think we need better representation in politics and in the media. It's incredibly important that we have as many perspectives as possible, because I think the issue is that when we see popular media, when we see people being represented, we pick the one. We pick the one. They're like, right, we're gonna pick the one that's gonna represent all of them. And the people in the community are like, there's more of us, there's an abundance of us. And so I think it's important not just to just talk about representation, but our responsibility in molding the representation and bringing up people behind us and saying, okay, now it's your turn. Let's make sure that you have a chance in this too, so we can have as many diverse perspectives as possible.
It's just so important to have representation in social media because it's so accessible to so many people.
I think another thing that's really important when it comes to representation of our communities and our identities is also showing our joy in the way that we're not only so in the ways that we're oppressed, which of course that's important as well when you're part of a marginalized group, but showing our joy I think is just as crucial. Now, Howie just got here. Yeah, don't give me applause. But
lot of like comedy skits, and joy is a really big part of like how your audience has connected to you. So why is making like joyful content important?
So with me making joyful content, I feel like there's a lot of people trying to just escape. A lot of people just trying to want to just laugh at the end of the day. I want somebody to feel good at the end of the day. And sometimes when I read through my comments, it's just, I would see stuff where people just, you really like, this video just made my whole day. I was having a bad day and things like that. Stuff really makes me happy because it's just, I'm helping people like kind of just make it through because a lot of people really don't know what they're going through. Comedy is kind of a release for me and I can help other people release through that too. That's all my socials and that's where I'm at. And I'm making comedy videos, silly videos, gaming videos, just silly videos.
And I mainly post on TikTok and Instagram. On TikTok, I'm Sarai Threads, and then on Instagram, I'm Sarai Marie.
Well, you can find me on my website at crutchesspice.com. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok at crutches_and_spice, and on Twitter at Amani_Upward. Alright, awesome. Also, if you want to follow me, at Asmara TV on YouTube. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Can we give a round of applause to our panelists?
Okay, you guys, so I just finished up my panel. I was really anxious to begin with, but then as the, conversation kept going on, I felt a lot more comfortable. So yeah, I'm really glad that it's over with. We're eating pizza, and then we have a little surprise afterwards, so stay tuned. How did you guys think the panel went?
It went amazing. She did wonderful. I loved it.
Thank you. What about you?
Mackenzie did so good. She was nervous, but she held her own, and she had great questions. The panelists were great. I just loved the back and forth. So she did really good. Seasoned, as she was told.
Seasoned, yes. Amani, who actually is she's a public speaker, that's part of her job. She said that I did a really good job, and this is my first time doing a panel in person, so that made me feel really good. So yes, a professional in these streets. I should add speaker to my bio now. After we ate, we headed out of the convention center and actually stumbled across this indie bookstore. My friend Santana loves reading and books, so she picked up a new read. And if you guys want to follow her book Instagram or TikTok, I'll put that up on the screen so you guys can follow her. But now it's time for the surprise. Alright guys, so the surprise that I've been keeping from y'all, me and Bree are getting tattoos. These are our first tattoos, so yes, I'm excited. Kind of nervous, the heart's beating, but it's a tattoo I've been wanting for a while. Which one are you thinking?
So I'm thinking this one.
Okay, I like that one. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. This is the final product. I love it.
It's so cute.
Yes. So it's only gonna take 5 days to heal, so it's not gonna be too bad.
And what was the pain?
On a scale from 1 to 10, I would say about a 7. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I have a high pain tolerance. So
Okay.
I was able to thug it out.
If you want to check out the process of Bree selecting and picking out and getting her tattoo, I'll be sure to attach her vlog, so be sure to watch her perspective. But now it's my turn. We didn't end up getting the same tattoos. So Bree kind of brought up the idea of getting a tattoo during this trip. And I was like, if you get one, I'll get one. So we ended up just kind of getting our own tattoos on the same day. But they're not the same, they're not related at all. But now it's my turn. The process began when I walked in. The artist asked me what I wanted, the design I wanted. And so I explained it to him and he went in the back and sketched up a design. It was honestly so beautiful. And that's not me just saying that. It was honestly just a really good design. It looked better when he drew it than it did in my head, to be completely honest. So after he sketched it out and approved it, he went to put gel on the area that he was about to tattoo. I wanted my tattoo on my chest. So he gelled up that area and then placed the stencil. I'm guessing it's a stencil. I don't know the actual correct tattoo terminology. And after I proved that, we began tattooing. Honestly, when the tattoo needle or is it tattoo gun, needle? I don't know. When the tattoo thing like first started buzzing and came on, I honestly like got a little bit freaked out. Like the sound made it feel like real. I don't know why, it like freaked me out at first.
Let me know if you need a break or anything. Just want to breathe. I'm gonna do a little bit to let you see how it feels. How's that?
It wasn't bad.
Okay.
At the very beginning, it was very painful. A lot of people say that getting a tattoo feels like a bunch of like repetitive cat scratches. Now, I've never like been scratched by a cat, but after having the experience of getting a tattoo, I do imagine that's probably what, you know, like a cat paw would probably feel like. That does feel like an accurate description.
It got a little easier right after about 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's kind of like this like intense pressure. But after about 5 minutes or so, I got like used to the feeling. It wasn't like, you know, painless, but it definitely got better. Like my body adjusted basically. But at the end, it was honestly not that bad. I would do it again.
Hi guys.
Ooh. So good?
Yes. You did so good.
I love it. That is really pretty. I'm gonna get some more like strapless tops.
Yep.
Like more sleeve tops. That's so pretty. And here is the final design. I think it is so pretty. It says the world is waiting on you, and it has a butterfly kind of flying away with the trail following it. Let me know if you want me to explain in maybe a YouTube short or something, like what my tattoo actually means. But yeah, I'm so happy with it. We ended up spending the night watching Halloween Town and then the VidCon closing show on YouTube. But we had a great day. I hosted my panel, got my tattoo, and here are final thoughts from the convention. What has been your guys' highlights, highs and lows of VidCon?
Ooh, the highs and lows. I would say the high would be the closing show. It was way more entertaining than I expected it to be.
My high was Miss Shirley's. I liked the food, and then we also played a game that was cute. As far as like VidCon wise, I did like the evening show, and though we had some critiques on the panels, I did enjoy it because it was like seeing some creators I was familiar with but didn't fully know. And so like getting to know them and their process was cool. So yeah, those were my highs. Lows, it just felt like there were sometimes big gaps in between panels or like things we wanted to do. So like sometimes waiting in this like the convention center was just like, what's next? So
yeah, I felt like the expo hall could have been better. And I know that there were some people who came to this one that went to the one in California, and a lot of people were saying that this felt
this
like
is not California.
Mini VidCon, like a condensed VidCon. And so I'm hoping that now that they've seen like people are interested in going, that they'll maybe, you know, do more next year.
It would have been great to have like different activities to do like in between panels or instead of panels. Like, you know, it's always good to like hear from other creators, and I enjoyed the panels as well. But it definitely would have been cool to have like other activities, you know, maybe like different brands as well, like in the expo hall, like a variation of brands would be cool. But that'll probably happen if they continue to do more VidCon Baltimore. So I'm looking forward to see what they do next year. I'm hoping they bring it back next year. I think maybe a low, I think you guys kind of like touched on the lows, but it's like, I think some of the panels could have been a little bit more in depth. I would have loved to see like other Baltimore native creators as well, because there's so many. So it would have been cool to have like different panels with other creators that we know that are from the area. I'm glad my panel went well. Yeah, that was kind of like my highlights of VidCon. Also, if you are interested in the industry track, I actually really enjoyed the industry track, and it's such a good opportunity for networking. Like I met a lot of people, like especially the first 2 industry days. So I recommend getting the industry track if you're interested in it. Any final thoughts, you guys?
As a non-creator, and
that's a good experience. Like as someone who's a viewer, like
as a viewer, I like would have loved more games. I would have loved maybe like a, what is it, like a simulation of like what it is to make a video.
Oh, that'd be,
so like,
that'd be really cool.
if
You need to be on the committee.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
But it would be cool to be like content creator like 101, a 360 camera. I'm just being dramatic, but like
that would have been cool.
Like,
or like an Instagram frame.
Yeah, like or a filter.
Yeah.
So like when we post and like it's a tab for Instagram.
Yeah.
Like it should have been like more in the marketing into, I think that would have been cool if that's incorporated.
It was kind of like, I definitely think this convention seemed more like aspiring creator focused or like growing creator focused. Like I felt like this was the kind of a lot of like a creator track.
Yeah.
So add us to the committee, VidCon.
Hit us up.
Yes.
Any thoughts for you?
Well, from a creator perspective, yeah, I think they did okay. Like, I think they did pretty good for it being the first one on the East Coast. I definitely see them doing more and expanding next year and hopefully getting some more creators. Like you said, a lot of creators that are like in the area. Or they might not even do Baltimore next year. They might do a different location next year. So we'll have to see. But yeah, and it was also really inspiring too to see a lot of like smaller mid-sized creators like, you know, at the panels and like performing. I'm like, okay, maybe I could be up there, you know, sometime soon. So yeah,
there's a lot of like exposure for like maybe creators that may not be headlining at like Anaheim, you know?
Yeah.
So that was really cool. But thank you for joining me for my VidCon blog.
Woo!
So that was my experience at the inaugural VidCon Baltimore. I had a really great time spending time with my friends and also getting to meet so many cool creators and also industry professionals. Even though me and my friends, we kind of had our critiques about ways the convention could have gone more in depth or been a little bit better, overall, I had a really good time and don't regret my experience. I think they did a good job for this being the first one on the East Coast. Again, giving context that I've never been to VidCon Anaheim, what everybody has been saying, and we kind of alluded to this in our thoughts, but like this definitely was a condensed VidCon. This do not go into VidCon Baltimore expecting VidCon Anaheim. That's kind of like the feedback I've been hearing. I'll definitely come back next year if they have it in Baltimore again. I hope they bring it back to Baltimore. And of course, I would love to host another panel. I felt so good after hosting Catalyst for Change. I had a really good time and it was really cool just being able to bring these sort of important conversations that I like to have online to real life. And just hopefully, you know, the topics and the panelists got to reach audience members in their own unique way. So yes, VidCon, hit me up. I would love to come back. I also would like to attend VidCon Anaheim one year just to see what it's like. I obviously know it's like a behemoth compared to VidCon Baltimore, but I would like to have that experience one day. And for those of you guys who've been following my channel, you guys know that 2023 really took me all around the world and pushed me outside of my comfort zone in more ways than one. I might go more in depth about this topic in, you know, another video, but even though this channel is not necessarily where I ideally want it to be right now, it's really cool to see just the many opportunities I've been able to have, especially over this past year with this channel, going to Kenya and going to VidCon. These are two things that were not on the 2023 bingo card, but have been really big blessings and really just cool experiences. And so I'm super grateful for those different opportunities. So I guess the last thing I want to say is that if life is calling you to level up in a certain way, whether that's in career, whether it's in content creation, whether that's in your family life, your home life, your health, your mental well-being, whatever area of life you really feel like you are being called to level up in, just remember that it may be uncomfortable. A lot of the times necessary changes are uncomfortable, but the most important thing is just to start and put one step in front of the other. Remember that you are enough, you have done enough, and you were born enough. And to quote my tattoo, the world is waiting on you.